You think you're lazy, but what if lazy people are the ones who win? Not because they're gifted, but because they discovered a cheat code. Discipline is not power. Discipline is a trap. You wake up motivated. You promise yourself, today I'll change. You plan everything. Gym, work, study, hustle, new routine, new life. And for 2 days, you're unstoppable. Then suddenly, you crash. You miss 1 day, then 2. Then your brain whispers, see, you always fail. And now you feel worse than before, because you think the problem is discipline, so you blame yourself, and you carry guilt like a backpack full of bricks. Here's the truth. Your brain is not built for discipline. Your brain is built for saving energy. Discipline is like forcing a car to drive with an empty fuel tank. At first, adrenaline pushes you, motivation pushes you, fear pushes you, but motivation is a temporary battery. It drains fast. And discipline is basically you fighting your own biology. That's why the disciplined guy breaks. But the lazy guy does something smarter. He doesn't fight his brain, he redesigns the game. Phase 1. Stop worshiping willpower. Most people treat willpower like a superhero. But willpower is not a superhero. Willpower is a currency, and every decision spends it. Wake up early? Spend. Avoid junk food? Spend. Study instead of scroll? Spend. By nighttime, your willpower wallet is empty. That's why you fail at night. Not because you're weak, but because you're broke. Lazy winners understand this. They don't spend willpower. They eliminate decisions. Phase 2. Build systems, not mood. Disciplined people ask, do I feel like doing it? Lazy winners ask, how can I make it automatic? They turn habits into machines, because machines don't need motivation. Machines run because the system is built. You don't need discipline to brush your teeth, because the system is locked in. So lazy winners create the same thing for life. They set the environment, they set the triggers, they set the routine, and the brain obeys. Not because it's strong, but because it's predictable. Phase 3. Make failure impossible. Most people rely on trying harder. Lazy winners rely on making quitting harder. They remove the exit door. Example. If you want to stop scrolling, don't resist your phone. Delete the app. If you want to wake up early, don't use discipline. Put the alarm across the room. Now your body must stand up. If you want to eat clean, don't be strong. Don't buy junk food, because if it's not in your house, your cravings can't summon it like magic. Lazy winners don't win by fighting temptation. They win by starving it. Phase 4. Use tiny wins to create momentum. Most people think progress is a mountain. Lazy winners know progress is a snowball. You don't need to climb a mountain. You need to roll the snowball for 2 minutes. 1 push, 1 rep, 1 page, 1 sentence. Because the hardest part isn't doing the work. The hardest part is starting. Starting is the gatekeeper. So lazy winners make the start stupidly small. They lower the bar so much, their brain can't say no. And once they start, momentum kicks in. And momentum is stronger than discipline. Momentum is a moving train. Discipline is you pushing a dead car. Phase 5. Identity. Become the person who does it. This is the final secret. Your habits don't come from discipline. Your habits come from identity. You don't wake up and try to be productive. You act based on who you believe you are. If you believe you're lazy, your brain will protect that story. It will sabotage you, because the brain loves consistency more than success. So lazy winners do one thing. They stop saying, I'm trying, and they start saying, this is who I am. Not in a fake motivational way, in a proof-building way. One small win becomes a vote. Every time you do the habit, you cast a vote for your new identity. And after enough votes, you stop needing discipline, because it becomes normal, and normal is effortless. So let's be clear. Lazy people don't win because they do less. Lazy people win because they're smart enough to build a life where success is the easiest option. They don't depend on motivation. They don't worship discipline. They design their environment. They remove temptation. They start small. They build identity. They create autopilot. And then they look disciplined without suffering. You don't need to become a robot. You don't need to become extreme. You don't need to fix yourself. You need to stop fighting your brain and start building around it. Because the goal isn't to be disciplined. The goal is to be unstoppable. And unstoppable people don't rely on willpower. They rely on systems. So today, don't promise yourself a new life. Build one small system, one tiny change, one simple setup, and watch your lazy self start winning.